Alright, last is the head boomer. Sent in like 20 something games. I don't expect to get through them all. But we'll get through a couple and give you things. So you were asking general advice and then advice regarding the mirror match. I cannot give you very in-depth theory about the PvP mirror because it is shenanigans. And I don't know if that question also applied to anti-mirrors or paramirrors. Paramirrors I can talk your head off about. Anti-mirrors I can give you some ideas, but I'm not experienced in that. So let's... okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Let's go through 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go through 4 games of each set, and then see how we're feeling after that. Shout out to Para behind the background, adorable as ever. Okay, which color are we? We're the Magnos. First bait. That wasn't a counter hit punish. Drop the combo a little bit. Catching and bursting a lot. Get mashed on for kind of fake pressure. We're teleporting an awful lot. What in the world? Okay. So, I will say teleport is I know it's a good tool in this matchup, but it's not as much a pressure tool as it's a I will punish you for overextending and zoning tool, because none of her... well, I mean, Boxcar George hits behind her, but once you see she has 2 things out and she's committing to something else, you can teleport behind and occasionally get the punish as well if they overcommitted to something really bad like H George. Air show, but double Lenny explosion, kind of cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Didn't quite get the punish, unfortunate. Overhead. We did not need to mix there. I don't know if that was a drop or an attempted... I'm sorry. I don't know if that was a drop or an attempted mix, but... recognize the health they're at, how much bar you have. I mean, you didn't need to make it there. How much undoes you have, and then go, alright, they're dead. A dead character is almost always the best decision in this game. Especially in solo. Wait. Does this work? No. Yeah. So, I would have... actually, I'm gonna go back. I might be lying here, but I am pretty certain... oh, well, okay, first of all, what did we push block? the beam part of that super has very little block stun. So you don't want to push block it unless you're like, I'm sorry, my brain's like fading. Push blocking locks you out for 25 frames. So if you do it at a point where the beam ends and then you're still in the push block animation, you've actually effectively increased the block stun you were in. And so here, and if you don't push block, I'm pretty sure you can act almost instantly. And so from here, you can item drop. From here, I'm pretty sure you can just Lenny immediately because your beam will come out almost instantaneously. You do have to worry about the George, but you don't have to hold all this. Whereas when you put Lenny down yourself, which might have been your hope to deal with that walking George, it's not going to save you, as you see here. And then this was just spaghetti. Lenny did save you there, though. Good confirm. Oh, that's unfortunate. Punished. So again, don't need to push block there. You can probably just item drop and be fine. Tried to catch him, didn't quite get him. Just run right at him. Is that a desync? What? Why would that desync? Someone please clip that so I can send it to Liam. I am... or not Liam, Full Bleed. I have no clue why that would desync. What happened? These games were played on retail, right? Yeah. That's a little concerning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Punishing them for the aggressive round start again. That's unfortunate. Peacock is blind somehow. Good blocks, very good push block. Synchronized teabagging, getting projectiles out. Did that actually confirm, or did they just not block? Off a throw, do we have enough to... No, that's a drop anyway. Got him trapped in the corner, put ourselves in the corner. One thing you can do is you can definitely be throwing a little bit more. Especially after you've done your teleport, they're down meching and blocking everything you throw at them, like praying to God. Just throw into throws. Thank you, Ruby. Tick throw. There we go. We did that too late. Unfortunate. Also missed the Goodfellows super, unfortunately. George coming in to ruin your combo. Okay. Again, we're kind of just trying to do stand heavy punch, cross up, and one, we're not confirming it a lot, and two, we can be saving teleport to punish bad specials rather than just doing the usual cross up thing. And like that in their face is going to get you hit. Covering it with a George is better. Neutral. This has to be a desync, right? What is going on? Like, this isn't the game. There's no way. Yeah. It's... What would cause this to desync? I am so confused. I didn't even I didn't debug key, I didn't fast forward. Is Peacock even different from beta to retail? Okay, well, the difference between beta and retail could definitely be a meter bug. Or the meter scaling bug, rather. So it could be the case that Headboomer played this on beta, but... Okay. Hopefully it doesn't affect these replays.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showdown.
Okay, kind of just fly in. I really like that you're using that medium punch in this matchup. It's a very good tool, in my opinion. Super. Get her back there. Mix. We are at full and dizzy. No longer. No confirm. With the overhead. Did the replay just lag? What? And is that how it normally looks? Maybe I'm just superstitious now. Is that how the stagger normally looks after? I'm so weirded out, man. That doesn't look right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
How did we get contested here? We have been playing Annie in the air a lot, and Para can start kind of dealing with you like that, where she just dashes at you and air-to-airs you aggressively. The other thing I will say is Para can also contest your air approaches from the ground really, really well with Stand Heavy Punch. So I encourage any players to play the matchup a little bit more grounded, because being in the air, most of your buttons are stubby and slow compared to all the different ways Para can kind of deal with you. Pressure? Because you're one of the characters who actually can contest her with ground poke like that. Good tech. So depending on how you catch them, you can full screen Stinger here on reaction pub. I'm pretty sure even on reaction to L shot and it will just punish because of how fast it goes. So while she can do that to deal with your H crescents, you can punish her for it. You can also just low profile them. That's the wrong super to punish her with that, yeah.
That's really weird pressure, but yep, you will get pillared there.
Got lucky they didn't tech. Same side mid incoming. Accidentally getting that. Get him low. I don't finish the combo. Little too. This. Okay. Was that a D-Sig? Or was that just the. Was that really how that game ended? Because that was spaghetti. I am. What sort of file were these in? It's just a zip. This should work perfectly fine. Just look away. Just look away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
So if you know they're overextending into an assist like that, don't pick Waka. You're just preventing yourself from punishing. Got the overhead? They're not dead yet. They're not dead yet. You don't get the burst speed at this range. Stun heavy punch there. Not stun medium punch. Or jump medium punch, or jump heavy punch instead of stand medium. Before all of this, jump heavy punch there instead of jump medium punch. God. And I would encourage you to learn a couple more resets rather than just high-low normal strings, because they are incredibly unsafe. If someone's churning butter, you will lose. Honestly, depending on what you link into them with, you can get jabbed if the player knows what they're doing. Not a bad idea to jab there. It just looked really wonky. That doesn't look like the rest of the game, though. That doesn't look like how y'all were playing earlier. It's weird that they're ending like this. I think this will be the last one because of the spaghetti issues, as well as today's stream is already... It's covered 3 people, and I think I've said a good chunk of what needs to be said.
We're extended again and getting pillared for it. Catching the backdash.
That still combos at that range, that's wild. This isn't the game. I refuse to believe this is the game. Yeah, no. Okay. So... somehow the is desynced. Whether compression was just messed up, it has to have been something in the compression because all the other replays worked just fine. That is so strange. Okay, I think it might just be this replay package and not a SG thing, so... Yeah, so the things we talked about for the P were mainly you were really antsy to teleport, and it felt like it was just your default option as P, not necessarily considering what your options beat in the mirror as well. You're just like, oh, let me do the projectile cross up because I'm P and I can do that. As for other things in that mirror match, I don't know. And then regarding, I told you my thoughts about Annie Para matchup. Annie we didn't get to see all that much, so I don't know how to tell you how I think it goes. And then Para v Para is similar in a different way, which is going to sound really stupid to the P matchup, where it's forcing your opponent to be the one dealing with the projectiles means you're in the advantage. So if you want to be going for the zoning game plan, you want to have somehow avoided or found a way to put yourself in the position where you're controlling the projectile game on the screen. And so with Para, this is jumping over shots, super jumping in doing an air toss to try and get a tier either on the parasol or in between you and the parasol to prevent her from approaching you. You can low profile shots with crouch medium kick and then do a shot of your own afterwards. Yeah, I have no clue what possibly could have gone wrong in this whole sequence to have caused this. There's so many different places it could have actually gone wrong. Hopefully it's just a one-time issue and it was a little bit weird. Fingers crossed. But yeah. And then for the Annie matchup, it's kind of similar. H crescent, you just invalidate with one of the lighter crescents as soon as it gets close enough for the projectiles to clash. Again, this is also just because I'm a Parasol player, and this is how I think about the game, that I think Grounded Annie is a lot better than people give her credit for. Well, not necessarily than people give her credit for. Then I see a lot of intermediate Annies playing her. A lot of them like to play her like an air dash character, where I think it's a nice thing she adds into her kit, but she can play a really strong fundamental ground game, especially with a button like 2 light punch, as well as her pokes. Her medium punch, her crouch light kick is pretty far, her crouch medium kick is disgusting. All that sort of stuff. Yeah. Unfortunately, because we only went through a couple replays and some of the replays were scuffed, I don't think I have much else to say. But if you have any other questions about something that's here, or just something that didn't come up, but a question you have that came across your mind, I'll gladly try and answer it right now. Other than that, I think it's about time to be wrapping up the stream.